You're never seeing RFK in the headlines anymore. It means he's doing real work and he's getting things
Yes.
done, and they don't want to
Yes.
report on what he's doing because a lot of people support what's going on with the Maha movement.
Maybe after
And
the midterms.
maybe, yes, I don't know. I think the legacy media is realizing a lot of people are down with drinking clean water and breathing fresh air and, not poisoning their children when they're 6 months old. You know what I mean? I think people are
Yeah,
down
and I
with
think
that.
they're realizing they fucked up on not having a primary.
Man, isn't it
Man, they shoulda
crazy?
let this guy in.
It would have been their candidate.
For sure.
It would, and they could have forced him to use the camel as the running mate if they wanted, or, bring in the booty gig or something. They could have.
Or even if you didn't just shit on the guy, maybe he could have been her running mate.
Yes,
That would have been a lot better than Tim Walz.
absolutely. I mean, just having a Kennedy in the name
Yeah.
placard there, that's a game winner in my book, man. You know? So RFK doing great stuff behind the scenes. While we're distracted with Waymo's on fire in LA, today it was announced that we're doing a little bit of a shakeup over at the CDC, and this is a long time a coming. And I believe still we're seeing just the absolute beginnings of what needs to happen as far as redeeming what occurred with the greatest crime against humanity in the modern era, which was the COVID-19 pandemic and the vaccine mandates. And first things first, you got to clean up the CDC. Oh, you know what? And let's see here. There we go. All right. Production crew failing me.
We have some breaking news right now on ABC News Live reports. This is straight into our newsroom. We've learned that Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is announcing his plans to remove and replace all 17 members of the CDC's Vaccine Advisory Committee.
Thank
Yeah!
God. Oh, it's so good.
Seven.
But it makes me really believe more in the stuff he said in the book.
Yes.
Because now he's like, look, now that I have the power, I'm getting rid of these people that I told you about in the book.
Oh, man. I can't preach enough to people. Read The Real Anthony Fauci by RFK Jr. It will change
Yes.
your life because you will then realize that all these institutions, these experts that we were told to trust and believe in the science, they're paid for and bought by big pharma, and they've lied to us
And Bill
nonstop since.
Gates.
Yes, Bill Gates. Yes, dude.
Oh, there's a reason we talk about him so much.
Yeah, Bill Gates has been actively ruining our lives since the day we were born. I hope people realize that.
We just didn't know it.
Yeah,
We got
dude.
distracted by the collared shirt under the sweater.
Now, this committee makes the recommendations on the safety and efficacy of the vaccines. RFK Jr. says that replacing the members is, quote, a step toward restoring a public trust in vaccines. Now, he hasn't named any replacements yet, but of course, this follows a recent move from the health secretary who narrowed the recommendation for annual COVID-19 vaccines to those 65 and older and those with higher risk of getting severe illness.
All right. Reason to celebrate. That's huge news. How about replace them with not 17 people? Can we trim it down a little bit and maybe how about we just don't replace them? Let's not have committees dictating what we're supposed to take anymore. I think that committees have led us astray.
They failed, yeah. Experts, period.
Trust the science. Trust the experts.
Well, I'm glad he's doing it. Gut the FDA, gut the CDC. They failed in their mission.
Yeah,
Like,
but
their
this
only mission was to protect us from drugs, like the COVID vaccine.